So, hands up for A repeat angiography. Dr. Mishra is the only one that's putting his hand up. What about everyone else? Yeah. Echo, repeat echo. And at this stage, we're about a month down the road on intensive care. Would anyone consider palliation? This is now, we're worried that he's a cardiac cripple, we can't do much more with him. He's not going to be able to get out of ITU. So the thoughts were going through my mind. Was that a yes for palliation?
Yes.
So these were the thoughts that were going through my mind, and this is what we were talking to his daughter about. I think it was only one relative. So in the end, we did a repeat angiogram, and again, the LAD was pretty blocked, and the circumflex they tried to go for, but again, they were not able to. There's poor runoff. They were unable to really open up anything. On echo, you can see that not much has changed. So there's still a lot of regurgitation. This is quite a... So although there is a lot of regurgitation, it's a very dilated heart. To me, it's not completely aneurysmal, and certainly all of these cases are discussed jointly between ourselves, cardiology and cardiothoracics. The feeling is that he wouldn't survive a CABG. Not in the acute phase, that was their feeling at the time, and not now, 1 month down the road. During this echo, we also gave, he was off the dobutamine, so we gave some dobutamine to see if that helped contractility, and it had no effect. So during one of these echo exams, he was sort of put on 5 mics per kilo per minute of dobutamine, and again there was not much response. And the regurgitation stayed the same. So again, the regurgitation was all down to a dilated left ventricle, dilated annulus. There wasn't an ischemic insult to the valves themselves. So again, valve replacement would not have helped him. And that's finally just showing a lot of regurgitation. And according to the values, that's his sort of PISA radius, which was 0.7, which shows significant regurgitation. The valves, incidentally, were all clear. There's no sign of endocarditis. Bear in mind, he did have that one positive cannula in blood cultures prior to a few weeks prior to this. So he was all a bit disappointed. The cardiologist in our institute, cardiovascular surgeons in our institute, had no solution. We were stuck with a patient dependent on vasopressors, awake conscious, not able to wean anything. We're now about 5 weeks down the road, 5-6 weeks down the road. I go back about 2 weeks, I forgot to mention, for 2 or 3 days we did give some levocemendin out of desperation, and that had no effect except drop his blood pressure even more. So what do we do next? We were certainly thinking this is all pretty gloomy. We meet once a week with 5 consultants, and we try to have the same game plan for these sort of chronic patients. So it's not one person taking an overall decision. If we're all going to get it wrong, we want to get it wrong together, rather than one person sticking his neck out. So some of us waited for continued, giving some more levocemendin. Some of us wanted to palliate it, and some of us, well, one of us thought, well, what about transplantation? So anyone for A? Continue, give some more levocemendin. Palliation. The palliative group is getting a bit bigger. I was sharing those views, to be honest. Transplantation, so this was a conversation that we were having with his daughter. And his daughter jumped at the chance of this. He was not a bright man, and I think his daughter may be equally so bright. So she volunteered to give her own heart to her father. We suggested that might be detrimental to her health, and there is a genuine heart transplantation program. But we did go through the complexities of such a program. There is a huge shortage of organs, and to get on a transplant program involves a lot of workup, and he may or may not be a suitable candidate. Also, as rough guidance, the 60 is sort of a traditional cut-off in the UK. That possibly is going to change. Bear in mind, The average age expectation now, life expectancy, is about 84. So anyway, so we discussed transplantation. We sent the patient over to the Harefield, which is where we have five or six transplant centres in the UK. They again assessed him. They literally went through the same cycle as we did. I think they repeat angioed in, thinking, yeah, we can open up these vessels. And they couldn't. They gave him some more levocemendin, they gave him some a repeated echo. In the end, again, after about a month or so, while they were doing the other workups, they put in they felt that he was suitable for a heart transplant, and they put in a ventricular assist device, so a heart wet tube. And this is the device that they put in. So it's a continuous pump, sits in the apex of the left ventricle, and continually pumps about 2 to 4 litres of blood per minute into the ascending aorta. It's a lot of money, £200,000. I get my thorns and lumps muddled up, so that's how much rupees it is. I think that's a lot. And we are only allowed to put these ventricular assist devices in as a bridge to heart transplantation. So if you're not a heart transplant candidate, you cannot have an LVAD. So they first assessed it that he would be a possible candidate. He's just about young enough. He's otherwise well. There was no other comorbidities. He was vaguely free of infection at the time. So they put in this LVAD. During the course of the next year and a half, 2 years, he grew the odd multi-drug resistant pseudomonas because of his recurrent episodes of infection. He was on meropenem on and off. He had one episode of a Staph aureus bacteremia. They weren't sure whether this was from dental abscess or whether this was from the driveline infection. And they treated him with 6 weeks of antibiotics for that. He had a recent echo just to make sure that there was no vegetation. Now echoes, I'm not going to show you echoes of the LVAD, only because they're incredibly difficult. You can't get very good images. And the ones that I saw, I find that very hard to interpret. But essentially, you can see the LVAD sitting there in the apex, decent flow, and the key thing there was that they want to make sure there's no vegetation or signs of infection within the LVAD themselves. So this is as of 3 months ago. He's got a reasonable functioning LVAD. As I said, there are no vegetations. He's got good RV function on the LVAD. They have done a right heart catheter just to make sure he's not developed pulmonary hypertension, and that his right ventricle is fine, and indeed, all the results of that are fine. He's still got a lowish cardiac output, but better than it was, so 4.6 as opposed to 3.5 that we were talking about. And that's his X-ray as of, I think, about a month or 2 ago. So that's a lot better than what we had prior to the LVAD. You can see his LVAD there, but not very congested. I believe he's on a small dose of an ACE inhibitor, some regular diuretics, and that's about it. So the next question for him, he's had one driveline, or not for him, the next question for the cardiologist based at the Harefield is that what do we do next? So we could continue with the existing LVAD that he's got. He's now 2 years old. We're worried that he's had one infection associated with the left ventricular assist device. So would we remove it and see how it gets on? Would we replace that LVAD? Both with risk. And does he remain on the heart transplant list? So if you have an infection, you're further up the heart transplant list, because that's one of the indications that we're struggling with the LVAD. You're getting recurrent infections. You want to get the heart transplant in before. So those are the 4 options that are available to the transplant team now. And I had a conversation with them before I left. And we are in regular touch with the patient himself. He's very grateful for what has been done so far. So the next step is, what do we advise him and his daughter? So continue with the LVAD, anyone? Remove the LVAD.
Continue with it.
So we
have to continue to do with the heart transplant, I suppose.
you would put it do an immediate heart
They
transplant.
will say palliation, but I don't agree. 62-year-old man should not go for palliation.
Yeah, I mean, I think removing the LVAD was similar to the palliation discussion. So we didn't feel that, well, he refused that. He was quite happy with his LVAD. You saw his X-ray. He's walking around. He's still sort of having a reasonable quality of life. He's back at home. So there was under no circumstances was he willing to get his LVAD removed. Was he willing to get the LVAD replaced? Well, we can only put the LVAD in if he's still on the transplant list. So, would we try and do a heart transplant on him? Ordinarily, yes. But there's one big reason why we cannot do that. So, to have a heart transplant in the UK, you've got to have stopped smoking. And he gets regular nicotine checks and so forth. You cannot even have a nicotine patch. You have to be off nicotine. And this gentleman is happily smoking 20 cigarettes a day. So, as a result, we are stuck where we are. He remains with his LVAD, and he provides us with a slight conundrum. So this opens up a huge can of worms for everyone concerned. I know that there are certain centres in India that have transplant centres.
Maybe he should have a heart in the lung now. But the doctor is giving the heart, he can do the lung also.
Yeah. So there's two issues there: the heart transplantation aspect. Yeah, should we give them a heart transplant or not? These are the rules. They feel that there's a shortage of organs and you give it to the most deserving. If you're still smoking, just as for the alcohol liver transplant cases, if you're still drinking, you don't get a liver transplant. Initially, it's George Best. But again, who's a famous footballer many years ago. So this gentleman is still smoking. The bigger issue that it also unleashes is actually this device is pretty good. And there are people walking around with this for 7 years now. And although it's not licensed in most countries as a destination therapy, that is the next step. It's pretty safe, it's pretty reasonable to put in. As I said, it does cost a lot of money, but now people are asking whether this should be the final destination therapy. So if you have a poor LV, if you are left still needing cardiovascular support, you should get one of these and then you go on to enjoy another 5, 6, 7 years of life. Who knows, it could be longer. This is the oldest living patients that have got it for 6, 7 years. I think it was only introduced around 2008, this particular hardware too. So there are patients that are walking around the streets quite happy with this, actually reluctant to go through a heart transplant. Bear in mind, they've got to stop smoking, that's just this individual, but immunosuppression and the risks associated with the transplant itself. So, although technology is advancing and our capabilities are advancing, if this is the direction we're going in, it's a bit worrying and it's a bit costly. Finally, can echo help in diagnosis, management and prognosis? Well, we've seen it during the course of today, of course it can. And we've seen a lot of good use of echo. I've learned a lot from particularly the lung pathology, which is something that we don't use ultrasound for that much. But certainly echo can obviously help in the diagnosis of pulmonary embolisms, of hypovolemia, of endocarditis, various cardiomyopathies of what to do. I think a lot of the time our clinical skills should be undervalued. It merely often just tells us what we already know. It's confirming what we already know. But it's non-invasive,